I'll give a starting intro of the ride this morning here soon in just a minute, but I wanted to catch a video of riding back over from Winona, Minnesota, back over into Michigan. So I stayed over there away last night and the night before for the rest day, and now I'm riding over the Mississippi again to the Wisconsin side. Talk to you in a minute. Okay, I'm going to reset and start over. I'll show a little clip, if I can, of riding over there on what's called something like the Great River Marshland Trail or something like that. It goes 20 miles, and I think it actually shortens the route a little bit. And I was kind of excited to take it. It's like a crushed limestone gravel trail, but I got started down it, and the black biting flies were the worst I've ever experienced in my life. Hopefully it'll show up in the camera. Winona, Minnesota, and now I'm over on the other side of the Mississippi riding on the Great River Trail, something like that. And where behind me there's a swarm of, I don't know, 50, 60, something like that, keeping up with me. And those little buggers kept landing on me and biting. And I thought, I'm not doing that for 20 miles. So I turned around. I'd probably only gone down at 1 or 2 miles. I turned around and came back. I'm just going to ride the road. Yeah, you know, usually I'll just stick something out like that, but something just kind of told me it's not a good idea. So hopefully I listened to my better judgment and made the right decision. So now I'm on this road. What I was talking about when I started to get bit was yesterday was a rest day, and let me turn the thing around so you don't have to look at me. So today is a rest day, and rest days have been kind of interesting since on this trip. I definitely look forward to them, but when I'm on the rest day, it just doesn't feel right. I can't quite figure out what it is, whether I get a little bit more homesick or whether I'm just feel like I should be out on the road getting close to the end destination. So it's just a weird thing. But it was good to have that day because I was able to do some adjustments on the way that I pack everything. I took the tent off the front, and now it's in the back, stuck in that back aero pack. And then I tried to put as much as I could low down in the panniers, and it seems to about 90% corrected the wobbling problem, which is huge. I'll be able to stand up at least for shorter distances and have a more comfortable ride. But so that was good to get taken care of. And then I also was able to power wash my gears on the bike in Winona, and I was able to, I think, correct the problem of the gear skipping, so that's another big plus. It's also interesting Uh, well, before I talk about that, probably the reason I was a little bit feeling emotions yesterday was, so Jake left and went home early yesterday morning. Such a sad time for me, as my family will attest. Not that I don't have anything against being emotional. I just am not wired that way. But that was a very emotional day for me when he left. It's been so fun to, first of all, start with Lisa and have her help, and then have Justin be with me, and then Jake be with me through all of North Dakota and Minnesota, and just a great time to be with Lisa and with the boys. And I'm sure if my daughters didn't have families to raise, they would have come along also. But I was talking to my mom on the phone, and every time I talk to her, she talks to me about what an amazing experience to be able to spend time with the boys like this. And we've done a lot of things together, but this was one that I'll remember for all of my life, and with fond memories of spending time with them. But when he left, it was definitely a sad thing. Let's see if the other thing that I've been thinking about is I watch tons of videos, and I know I've mentioned this before, but in those videos of people riding across the United States, almost all of them talked about how that when they hit these central states, it's kind of a really weird time in the ride. You know you can do it. You've ridden through hard times, bad weather, bad conditions on the road. And so physically, you know, unless something happens or you get sick or a bike problem, you should be able to make it. But it's just like, you kind of every day think, oh, why am I doing this? Maybe I should have thought through this a little bit better. I know I want to do it, and I'm going to do it, but those thoughts pop in your head, so you have to deal with those. I'm really hopeful that once I hit and start turning east again, right now I'm going south, once I get into Iowa and Indiana, and I think especially when I hit Ohio and New York, I think you'll start feeling more like, hey, I'm going to get this done. I look forward to those days, but what I need to do is just enjoy it the way things are right now. Right now, Lisa, your weather report is the lady at the front desk, when I checked out, asked me if I was crazy. I guess it's supposed to be in the 90s today and really high humidity, so it's going to be kind of a hot one. But after all the rain, maybe that will be okay. Anyway, I'll ride on. I'll talk to you later. So I'm 22 miles in, and I was talking with a guy at the service station, and those black biting flies, I kind of thought that they were a lot like the black flies, deer flies that we get in Utah. And the guy said, yeah, they're deer flies. He said they're really bad this time of year, which I can attest to. I found out the name of the town. I'm in Holman, Wisconsin. I don't mind this route that I went on. The roads have been nice, and been able to go through a few towns, which I've been able to stop once and get a Gatorade, which I definitely need today. I just talked with Dale and Bonnie back there. I passed the trail again, and they said, "Oh yeah, you got to take this." They said it's flat and it's nice, and so far it's really nice. So I don't know how many miles I'll be on it, but it's a little bit cooler down here, so don't have to contend with traffic. So we'll give it a try. It's Dale and Bonnie recommended. This is terrible that I've been riding through a town for about 45 minutes and I don't even know the name of it. I think it's LaCroix, but lacrosse or something. So I'm still in LaCroix. I did figure out the name, and I'm turning in Mormon Coulee Road. Right there are birds going after a bald eagle. That is so cool. So today I started in Winona, Minnesota, and it took me about 4 miles to get through there and across the Mississippi over into Wisconsin, and then I've ridden 70 miles down the Wisconsin western border, and now I just am crossing over into Iowa, and I'll be riding into Lansing, Iowa. Today was a pretty good day. It actually was harder than it was supposed to be when we planned it out, just because of that trail. I didn't take that trail, and so it added some miles to it. And then I remember earlier I said there's a benefit to the headwinds because they keep I can't remember what I said. I don't know. There's no advantage to headwinds. That's what I'm getting at. I think I didn't. It slowed me down a little bit too with the panniers on. They act as a little bit more of a windbreak. But you know, I made it through it. I'm glad to be out here. And it's I know I'll have these kind of hard days, and tomorrow's going to be a really hard day. I'm a bit worried about that. I think I overestimated what it was going to be like, and there's a lot of hills, so that's going to be hard. Hopefully I make it. I think I have to go 80 miles tomorrow, and I'll be staying with a family on using warm showers. And warm showers, I'll talk more about it tomorrow, but it's a really neat social media group that you sign up for, and it's for bike touring. And you offer up your house for people to stay in. So I just sent a message ahead to some people to see if I could stay at their house, and they replied back and said yes. And so I'll be riding and staying with them for the night. I think they have a room that I can stay in and shower that I can use. That'll be so nice. And then the following day, I think I stay in a hotel, and then I'm going to do a warm showers house again, within the next couple nights. So yeah, I'm excited to see how that goes. Now I just have 2.5 more miles to get to where I'm staying tonight, and let's see, that'll be I'll be 77 miles for the day for today. Lansing's quite a cute little town. That bridge was pretty neat. It was a steep bridge to get up and over that. This will be my home for the night. Scenic Valley Motel. A neat little room. It's very small, but all that's needed. I think I'm about a mile from town, so I'll be able to walk back in and grab something to eat. Yeah, nice. Here's the Strava details for today. Here's the Strava map for today. Here's the overall progress.